Holly do, Holly do, Holly do, Holly do, Holly.
All right, hello again. Welcome back to episode 8, Holly Dudes Podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm Tim.
All right, so this week I've prepared a little bit of a special event. So, of course, we're going to cover Thunderbolts. We're also going to talk about the Surfer. And since it's May the 4th, I've prepared us a Star Wars holiday special for Tim here.
Yes.
Tim loves Star Wars, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into it. We'll start off with the box office.
Yeah.
So, no shocker really on this one. Obviously, Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts won this weekend.
Oh, you're talking about this weekend, not the previous weekend.
Well, the previous weekend, Sinners hang
also,
on.
not surprised.
Not surprising at all.
Yeah.
Sinners still won the weekend last week. Followed by Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
So somebody, I wish I could remember exactly who it was, and if I can remember, I will link that in the comments. But I heard an opinion earlier this week of somebody saying that, maybe this was because this is the last Star Wars before it got so messed up, like where it is now, right? Like that. Well, okay, the prequel series are typically not looked on all that fondly. They're better than what
There's some shining moments in there, some highlights,
right, compared to the most recent trilogy that was,
Yikes.
Oh dear Lord. So yeah. So I guess I could understand that, and if that's the truly how this works out, then absolutely. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Accountant 2, third place. That was the best it was ever going to get anyway.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they sort of didn't have any better release plan for that.
Right.
If you release it too early, then people just say, "Oh well, obviously it's going to fail." But it coming up a week before Thunderbolts, they knew that they were going to try to capitalize on one weekend, and unfortunately, Sinners was too good for that.
Yeah,
so,
unfortunately. But Minecraft movie in fourth, hanging on, still making another $28 million, 27 and some change. But,
well, now they're having the block party screenings of that, so they're capitalizing on the chicken jockey moments, and good for them, getting money. I mean, I actually didn't even. I found out about that just this morning. I was reading an article really?
before we started recording.
I went to get screenings this weekend for the Surfer, and I was seeing more screenings of block party versions of Minecraft. So
excellent.
Definitely the better video game movie out in theaters right now. Until Yawn.
Coming in number 5, $10.5 million.
$10.5 million.
I don't know if it deserved that, but
not strong.
I didn't see it, so I don't deserve an opinion.
Yeah, don't see it. Wait until it's on streaming.
Yeah.
The King of Kings, surprising.
Yeah, hung on to 6th place, Amateur in 7th.
Yeah.
Warfare 8, Legends of Ochi 9, and Pink Floyd at 10. And it does my heart some fucking joy to see drop down there. 1.3
dropping
million,
again.
11. Hell
dropping again.
Yeah, good. Fuck that movie, man. That thing will live on streaming, but I hate it so much. But man, what I really wanted to get to is this weekend. Thunderbolts predicted $76 million.
Huge opening. I mean, this is the first big one of the year, probably. So we've had Minecraft, we had Sinners, but we're starting to enter the summer blockbuster season. So
absolutely,
kicking it off with a good movie too.
Yeah. Dude, Thunderbolts was solid, and it led to our first plus 1,000 view short. So super excited about that.
Quickly followed by another 1,000 plus.
Dude,
views.
literally, 1,000 in 45 minutes. Yeah, that was nice.
It was like 15 minutes. Dude.
Yeah, that was nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
and
we're making it.
Yeah,
we did it, Mom.
we did it, Mom. I'm going to Disney World. They're predicting Sinners to hang on
million?
second place. Yeah, dude, another 33 million.
This thing's gonna have legs.
Yeah.
It's got great word of mouth, so it's going to be sticking around. It's a fun movie, whether you like action, horror, whatever.
Jazz,
blues, whatever.
future rock guitar solos.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole part was weird.
Yeah,
but, hey,
there was lots of cameos.
there's
that
something
people
for
liked
everyone in
and,
that movie. You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, Sinners, good stuff. And
Minecraft coming in third.
yeah, I think Minecraft's gonna make some more money. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was looking at the worldwides so far, right?
Yeah.
And so these obviously making tons of money. Minecraft second. Captain America: Brave New World third place worldwide so
This
far.
is for 2025.
Right. For 2025.
That's not going to last.
Do you think that Thunderbolts
Yes.
might? Yeah.
Yes.
You think it has a chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Over
I
Brave
think
New
so,
World?
too.
Yeah.
It's the first, pretty overwhelmingly positive reviewed
Yep.
Marvel movie that we've had in a while. So
since what, like Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
it's been
awesome.
a minute.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. Like that's a sign of like health in the theaters. I feel like
Right.
because you get the Marvel movies doing good, because you get other stuff doing good,
Mhm.
right? Because I feel like the filmmakers who hate on the Marvel stuff want to really, show out.
Well, there's
so
still
that they
something
make really
else,
good shit
you
too,
know, even if you don't want to go and see the Marvel movies, you're going to have something else out
Yes.
there, whether it's Sinners or The Surfer out this
Yeah.
week. The Legend of Ochi I've been trying to see for 2 weeks now.
It's a great time to go to the
Can't
theater.
get out there, but hey, yeah.
Shut this fucking podcast off and go see a movie, and then
Right.
check it out when you come back.
Yeah. You got way better use of your time
right.
going and checking out an original movie or at least something fun.
Yeah. But no, it's a fantastic time to go to the theater, and a fantastic time to like and subscribe to Holly Dudes as well, because we're going to talk about it.
It's always
right?
a fantastic time.
But yeah, so very, very exciting week in the theater. I want to hear about The Surfer because I didn't get a chance to go see it. So Tim, why don't you tell me about The Surfer?
So The Surfer takes place in Australia. Nicolas Cage is a California Australian man who's looking to buy a home on the cliffs overlooking the old break that he used to go and surf at. So as soon as he shows up with his son, he wants to take his son surfing there. They encounter some aggressive locals who do not like non-locals coming to surf there. So it takes place over just a few short days, but Nick Cage is at his most Nick Cage in this movie, quickly descends into chaos. And it's if you like Nick Cage, you're going to like this movie. If you don't, stay away from the movie.
Oh boy.
We've seen this trailer play before every movie for about a year.
Yeah.
It's literally every movie
for a while.
For me.
Yeah.
So for me, what surprised me is the limited release for this. I was only able to find it in one theater around me.
Yeah, it wasn't playing anywhere by me.
Because, like I said, I've seen the trailer play before every movie. Yeah. So, yeah.
Maybe they're prepping it for its Prime Video release.
Yeah. Yeah, check it out on Prime if you do. Really well shot. The characters are pretty interesting. Okay. So, yeah, this is something to check out.
I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out once I get a chance. I mean, I'm sure it's not going to make its way over to Tiny Theater by me.
It might.
But once it gets onto the streaming, I'm definitely going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Well, so would you say that is your recommendation for this weekend?
Honestly, no.
No?
If it came out on a week where Thunderbolts wasn't released, then yeah.
Does this go like in any kind of like a Mandy direction or anything? Does he like completely lose his shit? Or...
Without spoiling anything, yeah. I mean, you can see it in the trailers. So
okay.
Yeah, he sort of loses his shit. Reality sort of gets warped for a scene or two, but hey, it's still a good time. So yeah, pretty impressive performance from Nick Cage too.
That's good.
I feel like he showed a little bit more range, not quite as much.
I haven't enjoyed him as much in recent years as his prior work. Okay. I mean, the golden age of Nick Cage is like the 90s and aughts for me.
Yeah, Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Like, okay, but Ghost Rider 1 is fun, and then Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance is just Nick Cage just losing his mind and
that's what this is.
like just having a good time,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Yeah.
This film is going to try to make you develop an Australian accent.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I will definitely have to check that out then.
You will
working
you will
on
like
that
one. Yeah.
Okay.
But did you like the movie Pig with Nick Cage?
I haven't seen Pig.
Okay. So Pig is a much more subdued performance from Nick Cage. So even if you're not into his over-the-top thing.
Does he
Pig
Black
is
Mirror
great.
that pig?
No.
No?
He does not Black Mirror the pig.
Oh, that's probably good.
Yeah.
Probably
good
good
for
for
the
pig
pig.
anyway.
Good for the viewers. Good for Nick Cage.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Hell yeah. Well, I'll check that out. Yeah.
What did
cool.
you check out?
I did see your short.
Oh,
and,
yeah?
Dude, I loved that, man.
Yeah.
I probably watched that over and over again. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah. No, so I'm gonna have to check that out. I went and saw Thunderbolts.
Same.
Dude.
Yeah.
So Thunderbolts, I want to give more of. I think I want to spend a little bit more of an in-depth review on the Thunderbolts, right? And so
that's what the people are here for, anyway, right?
Exactly.
Got the 1.8 million.
So yeah,
1.8 thousand views.
Yeah,
soon to be 1.8
no,
million.
no. Right now it's 2.1.
2.1.
It's 2.1. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I checked it out before we started filming. But yeah. So let's get into Thunderbolts. Okay, so Thunderbolts.
Yes.
So this one directed by Jake Schreier, something like that. What the fuck is a Jake Schreier? Well, it turns out he directed some episodes of Kidding, which we both really enjoyed.
Series.
Hell
Loved
yeah.
it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Best part about that show is watching Judy Greer get finger banged by a puppet.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
And that's like, what, episode 3 or something like that?
Yeah,
It's
that's how I
off
knew
the
I was
wall.
going to love this show.
Yeah.
Is, yes, we're finger blasting Judy Greer with a puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
That show is so
premiere television.
And of course it got canceled.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, that, I don't know how much, like, some of that I'm sure has to do with Jim Carrey, too. Just not
Probably.
wanting to, you know, do stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, he's doing
He's still
his own
doing
thing.
those Sonic movies, so.
Yeah, but I'm sure
Pop out
that
for Kidding.
I'm sure they roll back the dump truck full of
Yeah.
$100 bills and say, "Mr. Carrey,
Tell me
would you
Showtime
please
can't
do this."
that?
No, I don't think Showtime's doing that. Do you know what Showtime's app is?
No.
Yeah, me neither. So I don't think they're doing it.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Thunderbolts asterisk.
Yeah.
Yeah. We finally found out what the asterisk was.
I mean, we called it, what, 2 weeks ago?
We did call
Yeah.
it 2 weeks ago. Until before we get into that part, we'll give our non-spoiler review of this thing. Tim, what did you think about the Thunderbolts asterisk?
I thought it was great. I thought it was a fun time. You know, it felt like a Suicide Squad movie, but, you know.
It literally was
Yeah.
the first Suicide Squad movie, the bad one.
But better.
Reskinned with Marvel characters and rewritten to, like, maybe be a competent movie.
Right. Edited
But
well.
it is like, you know, to the good, the semi good guy team member who's
It's
you
got
know,
a dark side
that takes
becomes a
over and
villain,
everybody's got to fight that, you know, to like everybody's battling their bad consciences, and, you know.
You're not getting help from the super team. Sorry. You're on
or
your own.
and whacking a main character within the first like 5 minutes of the movie.
You had your Slipknot moment.
Yeah. This was just a reskinned DC movie. But it worked.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good time. I really enjoyed this thing.
Yeah,
and I'm glad people watched my short, and that made me feel good. Made me like this movie even more.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's making a bunch of money. It was enjoyable. I didn't look at my watch every 10 minutes like I did during Quantumania and
Brave New World.
I still haven't seen Brave New World.
You would rather stare your watch and
because
watch Brave New
Amazon
World.
Prime wants $25 fucking dollars for me to watch this movie, and that's not going to happen because it was $9 at the theater. People are smoking crack.
Just refinance the house. You'll
I'm not
be fine.
refinancing my fucking house to watch Brave New World. People are out of your mind.
Yeah.
I want your drugs. Probably better than mine. I have a busted knee. We'll get into that.
He's got the good drugs right now.
They didn't even give me any drugs. They give me a set of crutches and an ace bandage.
Give you a pat on the ass, kicked you out.
Hell yeah, brother. They said, well, good luck with that.
That's what
Sorry,
your insurance will cover.
I don't have insurance. Somebody said, see you later. Yeah.
Kicked you out.
I live in America. So, you know,
I love it.
with no health insurance. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe the Thunderbolts could do something about that. Maybe they could fix American healthcare.
Shit, I mean, they could save the world from a very real crisis. I mean, that's healthcare seems to be a real one.
Yeah. Do you think the Thunderbolts would do it, or the Asterisk will do it?
I think the Asterisk.
I think it's up to the Asterisk at this point.
Yeah.
But
we'll cover you, but
yeah, right. Yeah. So Thunderbolts is basically your B team Marvel people, your new Black Widow, your Red Guardian. So half of the cast from Black Widow, and then
the other half from Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
right? The other half Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Ghost.
Yes,
and Ghost.
Yeah,
and Taskmaster. Well, yeah, no, because that's half of your Black Widow cast. Yeah, and Ghost and Bob. And that's
Bob is the new character.
So
Bob is he the only new character in here, or is it also Mel the?
Yeah, so Mel the helper, and fucking Bob are
Wendell
the only.
Pierce.
Yeah,
Monk Moreland.
Yeah. Those two are the three are the only new characters in this movie.
Right.
So that's whack, right? Like, but it works. Yeah. But it was fine. You know what?
Two of the three were highlights of the movie for me. So
they were. So yeah, non-spoiler. Please go see this movie. Yes. It was a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the some of these movies, but wish that they were maybe more of like anything and not just heaps of garbage, then this takes those heaps of garbage and makes them into somewhat of a cohesive film.
It's a recycled film.
Yeah. It's
good
a recycled
for the environment.
Absolutely.
Good for your health.
If you have bamboo furniture from IKEA and you're really into recycling, you're gonna love Thunderbolts. Yeah. So that's my non-spoiler review. You want to get into spoiling this?
Let's do it.
Hell yeah, dude! Asterisk 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm spoiling this fucking movie. The New Avengers.
Yeah, the New Avengers.
We called it.
Yeah.
We called it.
Yep.
I was mad about it. I don't give a fuck. The movie worked. It was fine. You know what? If we're doing it, but the only problem that I had was the post-credit scene is like, wait, so are we like really doing this, or is this like a fucking gag about copyright and trademark infringement?
So totally that last one, with the Red Guardian, he's just comedy. He's slapstick.
Yeah.
He's a character who I'm like, should have toned it down. They should have toned that down.
No, they needed more Red Guardian. I love him. And when he's with Sebastian Stan, and you get that kind of like hero worship stuff.
Yeah.
I love it. I have a great time with that.
Yeah.
I thought he was really funny. He's, this a goofy old man in this group of kids and this jaded like Gen Xer, which would be, Sebastian Stan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good, man. I really have a lot of fun with it. What do you think about Bob?
I liked Bob.
Yeah,
I thought Bob was good.
Yeah,
I liked that his character obviously wasn't some. They didn't go with a lot of the tropes of new person finding out their powers. Like he quickly realized, oh no, I'm in control of this. So
okay,
to
but
me that
like,
worked.
Well, see, and that's funny because for me it barely worked because they were doing a good job of like kind of moving that along, right? But then all of a sudden he goes from breaking a glass to I'm the motherfucking century in a gold uniform and I'm like literally a god. I dyed my hair and I'm like buff and I'm in a suit and like literally in minutes of screen time.
Right.
Like cut. We go back to the other characters. Yeah. Couple of hours of real time have passed, and now he's a god.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
to me, so they did cue you into that a little bit with the insight into his mental illness, delusions of grandeur and the like. So to me that sort of worked. If someone who is a nobody suddenly gets a bunch of attention and they do this, then they're gonna let that go to their head right away. So to me that worked. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I thought everyone's dynamic with Bob worked really well as well.
So, even Ghost?
Yeah. Yeah. Ghost. Yeah.
Who didn't do anything in this movie?
She walked through a couple walls.
She walked through a couple walls. That was it. That was it. She did nothing.
The story.
She did nothing in this movie. She was like literally a plot service of like man, how do we get out of here? Well,
Ghost.
I can walk through walls.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I open
But
the door
there's a
for you.
speaker.
And
All right,
then-
let me just hit a wire.
Yeah, that is
Any
so
wire in the
conveniently
wall.
in the
Yeah.
same room.
Yeah.
You know, that didn't make any sense. But it's a Marvel. It doesn't.
It's a
It's whatever.
Marvel,
Dude.
yeah,
It doesn't.
it's
I'm
popcorn.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. And that's all it had to be. It had to be enjoyable. And oh my God, did you see the post-credits scene? We're like fucking going somewhere. This is moving in a direction. There's going to be the Fantastic Four. Sam Wilson is apparently making his own Avengers. So like that's going to be a thing.
Yep.
And the Fantastic Four is coming here. So we're going to watch that Fantastic Four movie. And that's going to bleed into this. And this is, oh my God, it's going to go somewhere. It's going to go in a direction. Oh, finally.
Do you think Kevin Feige watched you ranting about how it needs to be more than just a good movie?
Yeah, 3 weeks
so he
before
added
the
in
movie
that
came
5
out, did
minutes
the final edit. Hell
just
yeah.
to be like, all right, Steve, don't worry, we're going somewhere.
Yep.
We're doing it.
He was holding on to like 12 different post-credit scenes and,
Yeah.
and had to, watch for my reaction to pick which
Yeah.
one he was going to use. Yeah.
It's like one that just, ties a story together real nice, or one that has to go somewhere.
I'm so happy that it's going somewhere. Like, finally. Okay. The characters are going to meet and things are going to happen. Finally. This took way too long to make this start to make any kind of sense.
When was Endgame? Was that 2021?
That's a fantastic question.
It's been years. It's been a long time since we've had any coherent storyline, 2 films.
2019.
2019. Wow.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've had
6
any kind of
years.
storyline.
Yeah. And it comes out 2 movies before the next
Literally.
Avengers. Yeah.
Literally.
Hey, you know what?
Like, we had to throw out 6 movies of junk to just get to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of what happens when the main villain you're setting up sort of hits a woman.
Well, I mean, okay. In all the way things work out in the greater universe, though, Kang was not going to be a fucking compelling villain because he got his ass handed to him by Ant-Man in his first appearance, right?
True.
So that, you are thus not that scary. And then I watched you get stabbed by female Loki in
well, that was
Loki season
rewritten
1.
after.
And it just, I don't know. He was never going to be, all that scary. Thanos was intimidating, And then the first time you actually see him do anything, he kicks the shit out of Thor, Loki, and the Hulk.
Yeah.
And kills Loki. Dead.
Yeah.
That's, okay. Now you've introduced a guy that I should be afraid of.
Right.
Oh, you introduced a guy who got his ass beat by an ant?
But he keeps coming back.
Yeah, so fuck him. So do zombies. But, I've seen The Walking Dead. Just get a shotgun, Kang can literally be solved with a shotgun.
You think they'll
It'll
do
be fine.
You think they'll do a Walking Dead Marvel crossover at some point?
I would watch Rick Grimes versus the Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Watch him get shot in the face. It'd be great.
Dale walking around asking where's the humanity.
Yeah, and then Haley Steinfeld's Hawk Girl, whatever, puts one through his head,
turns into a vampire at the same time.
It all works out for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure, when the dust settles, Josh Allen will be mine. So
either way,
it's all gonna work out.
Yeah.
But I am. I guess what didn't work with me with the Bob thing is just, well, now what the hell are you gonna do with them either? Because they've set up this whole, well, it could be all bad if we actually use his powers, but we're gonna so what? So he's like a nuke, and you're just hanging on to him. So is he gonna be the? Do you think that they might end up trying to use Sentry as the resolution to their universe collapsing, colliding, whatever, and
Maybe.
then I doubt that's gonna work. That would make a good, compelling moment in the Marvel universe where it's we're going to use Sentry and he's going to sacrifice himself and all that, and he just gets snapped like a twig by Galactus.
We are talking about the same universe where Captain Marvel exists,
but
maybe those two will go.
Do you
head to
think
head
she's
going
to exist by the end of all this universe rebuilding and all that stuff?
How many other consistent factors do you have in the MCU
but does
right
anybody
now?
want to even that last interview clip that she did where it was you want me to play this role? while I am not personally offended by Brie Larson as
Yeah.
as Captain Marvel, whatever, dude, it's fine. It's fine. If there's worse characters in the Marvel universe,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think that it's worth the hassle. You know, why don't you just keep rolling with characters that people are extra fond of? You know?
Yeah, minus the Red Guardian.
Fuck you. I love the Red Guardian.
Fuck the Red Guardian, dude.
Fuck.
The Red Guardian is a cartoon character who did not belong in this.
He's the best.
He's not.
He's on the Wheaties box.
The accent was horrible and annoying. No.
Dude, he's like definitely like my favorite part.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to talk about something in this
We're
movie.
going to talk about the Rizzler showing up to the premiere.
Oh, I didn't even know. I don't know. I refused. I refused to like partake in the Rizzler.
Brain rot.
Yeah, that's far too brain rot for me. That's I don't know if we're using skibbity as an adjective yet, but that's way too skibbity for me. Like I'm fucking out of all that crap.
That shit's Ohio.
No,
We're
so
young.
This movie almost lost me.
Yeah.
In like 5 minutes.
Which part?
The first 5 minutes.
The first 5 minutes?
So the first note
in
my notes to this movie is there's no way that you can convince me, because I have now seen this in several movies.
Is fighting a man.
That Florence Pugh and her, like 120, 125 pounds, you know? Like, and that's like
some muscle on her. She could be 140.
No, dude, these guys are like 6'2", like 200 pounds. All their like no, and it's not even convincing, right? So again, like, and I've said this before. I mean, I have from doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu and wrestling before. Like, I have trained with girls, right?
Yeah.
Who, were very talented, right? You know, could definitely inflict harm on a man, right? However, this shit didn't even look convincing. Like, this is incredibly accommodating stuntmen. I'm literally watching these guys just fall over during this action sequence.
They were doing that with everyone, though. The scene where John Walker is fighting them, they just sort of fall down.
Yeah, but like, at least even Ghost, though, like when she would hit a character, the way the editing was done, right, would make it have some weight. You know, it was like, that looked like it hurt. When Yelena hit somebody, it's like, dude, that guy literally just fell over. Like, he did not.
He got tired. That guy's blood pressure dropped.
The most accommodating stuntmen in Hollywood, dude. Yeah. Like, these guys were just the best sports about it, you know. Yeah. But it almost lost me in the first couple minutes because I was just I've seen way too much of this shit. Because that's just the new meta. You know, and I get it, you know, female empowerment and all that crap. But like, okay, when Black Widow hit somebody, I was relatively convinced that, hey, maybe that hurt. Like, you know, when fucking Florence Pugh hit somebody, I'm not convinced at all that that hurt. Like,
see, I'd be more convinced if Florence Pugh was punching someone than Scarlett Johansson.
Oh no,
no.
I think that she was a far more convincing like combatant as the Black Widow than Florence Pugh, because Florence Pugh is just literally doing some tumbling routines with these grown men. Like, it doesn't look good enough for me. But hey, it looked good enough to make $76 million at the box office. So fuck it, man. It all works out.
Someone enjoys it.
Oh, so the mirrored Battle of New York. How do you feel about that?
Well, like we said earlier, this film borrows heavily from the Suicide Squad as well as the Avengers. So I mean, the decision that Florence Pugh's character made, Yelena, to walk up and just become one of the Void things made zero sense to me. I'm like, she has not seen that anyone can survive. There is no known way that she would have been like, I'm going in there and getting him.
She's extra smart. She knows things.
That was stupid. That was suicidal.
She could see into his heart and knew that, you know, she was going to be okay.
I'd give him a hug.
She was going to walk into the Void and give him a hug.
Fly up there and give him a hug.
I feel you there. That was a bit odd. But again, it's a Marvel movie. It doesn't have to make a whole bunch of sense. It's just, you know.
It's going to make a whole bunch of money.
It's just got to make a whole bunch of money. So, okay, math not mathin'.
Yeah.
So, the scene with the concrete like piece falling on that lady or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's got to
all get together and push it
math
over.
not mathing.
Yeah.
I watched John Walker jump like 400 feet in the fucking air and come down and land just fine.
Yep.
Right? So he's a superhero. He is
Yeah.
super serum. Red Guardian. Super strong. Super serum.
Yeah.
You know? Man, like that concrete block, like you're telling me it took every single one of them and that them girls is what like made the difference is fucking pushing that fucking block up. Like, no.
Yeah.
No, the math not mathing. I have watched you guys do far greater feats of strength in this movie than hold up this concrete block.
Well, and why are they holding up the concrete block? Why do they need to
the
push
girl's
it over?
out of the way. What are you idiots doing? Get the fuck out of there.
It made a cool shot, I guess.
It made a cool shot, just like that fucking John Bernthal taking 6 slugs to the chest, and it made a cool shot.
This is tough.
Made a cool shot, but we should have like a segment on the show. Made a cool shot moment of the week.
It's just goofy shit.
Every stupid shot in a movie that we see each week.
This would have a lot of it. It's a lot of style over substance. This movie.
Yeah.
The substance comes in a bit late. And a bit short.
I'm glad that this had like actual substance to it that was inoffensive too. Like it was like, so you in 2025 every movie's got to have some kind of messaging, right? You know, but whether that messaging offends people or not is usually, you know, the question. I know, right? And I feel like this is enough of a thing where it's like, dude, it's middle of the road enough that like, okay, Disney, like again, you guys make middle of the road populist entertainment.
Yeah.
Make something that is just everybody could understand this. Like, yeah, dude, mental health and sadness and depression. Like, everybody understands that. There you go. Great message to revolve your movie around.
I think everyone can agree that depression is bad.
You know, right?
It's like making cancer the
Don't
villain
do
of your
meth.
movie, you know?
Meth is bad. I did not.
That was funny. I
didn't understand that shit at all. Like, that was just kind of silly. Like, I was on meth and dressed as a chicken. Why?
Yeah. Swirling the sign.
Why?
That was his job.
Why was he on meth?
I don't know. Because he was depressed from his
so he chose meth?
Abusive upbringing.
Oh my god.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's from Indiana. Who knows?
Just smoke some weed, dude. Just simmer down. Have a beer. I don't know. But
get a therapist, maybe? I don't know.
Get a therapist. Or you know what, get an assassin with fucking, you know, her own sort of trauma issues, become codependent, and I'm sure that'll all work out in the greater MCU.
Yeah, it worked out for Scarlet and Vision, right?
Scarlet
Witch and Vision.
Yeah.
WandaVision.
Oh, that totally worked out for them, didn't it? Yeah. Or Cyclops and Jean Grey and
yeah.
You know,
always works out perfectly.
Dude, it always works out.
Codependency is a beautiful thing.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah. So, but go see Thunderbolts in theaters this weekend. Yeah. That was a really good time. I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
Oh man, are you ready for your surprise?
I am.
Next segment of the show. All right. So, since it's May the 4th, may the 4th be with you. All that really gay Star Wars shit. So we're going to have a super fun Star Wars themed experience here for Tim.
Am I going to fight a Sith Lord?
Oh, something like that.
Yes.
Man. Yeah. So we're going to start it up with some Star Wars trivia.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You think you can...
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
All right, Tim, I'm going to ask you 6 Star Wars related questions. If you get all 6 questions, you win the grand prize. There's runner-up prizes.
All right.
But you gotta get at least 3 correct to win a prize.
All right.
Okay? So let's start it off. All right. First question. What color is Mace Windu's lightsaber? Purple. Ding, ding, ding. We got a winner. All right. Next question. Who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original Star Wars trilogy?
Oh, fuck. He's the Scottish guy. Shit, why can't I think of his name?
Copyrighted music from a game show.
I don't know his name.
All right. Well,
Alec Guinness.
Oh,
Alec
my God.
Guinness.
And he got it. There you go. We're 2 for 2, baby. All right, number 3. How is Kylo Ren related to Luke Skywalker?
He's his nephew.
Ding, ding, ding. There we go. We're 3 for 3. You're going to get a prize.
Yes.
Look at that. All right. Who owned the Millennium Falcon before Han Solo?
It wasn't Greedo. He went to meet them in the cantina, Mos Eisley Cantina, right?
Oh, are you asking me? I don't know anything about Star Wars.
Okay.
I don't even like Star Wars.
Shit.
I just build the Lego sets because I think they look cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Lando Calrissian.
Fuck. Oh, man, we're 4 for
Did I
4.
get
Would
it?
you look at that
Oh,
guy?
shit.
Hell yeah, he got it. Look at that. Although I don't really know if any of this shit is correct. I just took it from a website that I'll link in the comments.
Google
but, you know.
AI told me that that's right.
Yeah. All right. Number 5. What is Anakin Skywalker's mother's name?
Oh, fuck. No, it's not Padme. Padme is his wife.
Correct. Padme is his wife.
It's something close to Padme, though.
Who like groomed him,
Yeah.
kind of, sort of, which is
Yeah.
creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. Different laws in a galaxy far, far away.
I guess so.
Fuck, I don't know.
Don't know?
Don't know.
Are you tapping out?
I'm tapping out.
Oh no, he's tapping out, man. Shmee.
Shmee. Wait. No, Shmee is Shmee isn't. Shmee is Palpatine's name.
No, Shmee is Anakin's
What's
mother's
Palpatine's
name,
first
the
name?
slave lady's name.
Look up Palpatine's first name.
Palpatine's first name?
Yes. I think it's Shmee. Sheev.
Yeah,
Fuck.
see, you don't even know anything, man.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Hey.
You don't even know anything.
Sorry. Didn't realize there were more than 2 syllables.
Oh, man. All right. Final question.
Yeah.
What is the name of the fictional character that the rabbi describes to Slevin Kalevra in the greatest movie of all time, Lucky Number Slevin?
Oh, fuck. This is not Star Wars related.
Oh, it's adjacent?
What?
Yeah.
How?
Oh, if you knew the answer, you would know.
I don't know the answer. I've seen Lucky Number 11 once.
It's the Shmoo.
How is that Star Wars related?
Well, it's pretty close to Shmee.
All right. Okay.
Well, he got 4 out of 6.
all right.
So you get a
I was
prize.
on a roll, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, you get a prize.
What do I win?
You get to edit your next video on my new computer.
Yeah.
When it comes in. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Excellent. Tim
What would
wins
I
the
have
grade.
won if I got all 6?
You probably would have won that in a Diet Coke. Hell yeah.
All right.
Way to go, Tim.
Thank you.
4 out of 6.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So, Tim, you
Yes.
are the biggest fan of Star Wars ever of all time, right?
I mean,
so
that
I want to know.
solidified it.
Yeah. I mean that's it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, man, do you think any Star Wars fans would have got more than 4 out of 6 of those questions?
No.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
Nope.
But yeah, what is your favorite Star Wars movie or show?
Probably Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes
Yeah.
Back. That's a
Yeah.
solid answer.
Yeah.
Why
It's a great
isn't it The Force Awakens?
There's a lot of good reasons why The Force Awakens shouldn't be anyone's best Star Wars movie. Aside from sentimental value, if that was the first one you've seen, yikes. It's got actual good performances instead of just haphazard appearances by actors. That's sort of what it felt like.
You don't think that Harrison Ford was giving it his
No.
best go as Han Solo
I don't
in
think
The
he's-
Force Awakens?
I don't think he's given it his best go in about 30 years.
That might be true.
Yeah.
That might be true.
Yeah.
I have not seen Brave New World, although I have heard it's an Oscar-worthy performance by Harrison Ford.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I mean, the Oscar standards are pretty low these days, so hey, why not?
They are actually kind of low.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Yeah.
There is that. He might win it. Best actor nominee.
It's
Harrison
possible.
Ford.
I mean, yeah.
He has my
He
vote.
could win it.
Absolutely.
Alec Baldwin could win it for Rust. Who knows?
What is your least favorite Star Wars movie and or show?
Ooh, probably episode 9, The Last Jedi, I believe.
I was going to ask, why is it The Last Jedi?
I don't remember any of it. I honestly, I watched it at home and I tuned out over half of it.
It's pretty horrible,
it's,
isn't
it's
it?
a bad
I
watch.
really
It's
tried.
not rewarding to watch.
I tried, all right? So
Yeah.
I've always tried with Star Wars because I've always really enjoyed building the Legos because I thought, hey man, they're really like a Lego Star Wars set is the best Lego set in
Yeah.
my opinion. Like, for just somebody to be, approach building that sort of thing. Right?
Yep.
You get to build a cool starship. Why not? And so I've always tried to be into Star Wars to, have a reason to keep building these little ships and things other than the fact that I just like building Legos. And yeah,
it was rough.
they definitely not this past trilogy.
Yeah.
And I've tried with some of the TV show stuff, and The Mandalorian had me for like a little
Season
bit
or
but
two.
just
Yeah.
that's kind of weighing on me. I have not watched Andor yet, and with season 2 out, I am going to watch the first season and then watch the second and see how I feel about that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Haven't seen.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
just, that last trilogy really wrecked it for me.
Yep.
I was like, this is a load of crap, so I don't know. We'll see. But last little section of the Star Wars thing. Who's your favorite Jedi and or Sith?
Ooh. Favorite Jedi. Well, I know my favorite Sith, Darth Maul.
Darth Maul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
Just cool.
It's just cool.
Okay.
It's a little red devil guy with this dual lightsaber. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where he found the double kyber crystal.
Well, I think that's his race. So are you implying that, like,
they're
all
cool.
of those Maul
they're all
people,
cool.
they're all devils? They're
Yeah.
all
They're a bunch of devils. Planet Hell. I don't know where they came
I don't
from.
even fucking know.
I
I
don't
don't know
care.
anything about Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah. No,
This
that's
is the
pretty
worst
cool.
Star Wars segment of all time from two people who don't know jack fuck about Star Wars.
No. We know everything. I got
We know
4 out of
all
6
this-
questions.
Dude,
Yeah.
well, there is that.
Yeah.
There is that. He knows that you know enough. You are the biggest Star Wars fan of all time. I stand
Undisputed.
Yeah, my favorite Jedi growing up was Kit Fisto.
Okay.
Probably still his tentacle head guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just thought he was cool.
Yeah.
And then
Green.
yeah, I always played as him in the Lego Star Wars games for the
I was gonna say that's probably one of my favorite pieces of Star Wars media is Lego Star Wars, the
It's
video
like
game
objectively
on PS2.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just effortlessly replayable. Like
Yeah.
you could just pop that on at any time and enjoy playing it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a great game.
Yeah, those were
Great game.
genuinely good games.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PlayStation 2 as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the Star Wars Battlefront games. Yes.
Love that game.
Though I tried to play whatever Battlefront came out for, I think, like
The new one?
Yeah,
For
it was
like Xbox Series S.
yeah, I don't know. It was when I tried it on my PS5.
Yeah.
And I hated it. I played it for like 10 minutes, and I was like, "This is horrible. Take me back."
Time to break out the PS2 again. Get those memory cards on hand. Yeah.
Dude, absolutely. It was trash. So maybe hopefully they fix that, but I don't think they will because the age of online gaming has ruined just virtually everything, dude.
Right. Marvel Rivals is fun.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I haven't played that. I everything I play has some aspect of online stuff to it, but I just am not all that interested in any of that stuff. I just want to play the game. I just want a compelling single player experience.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Or go back to split screen multiplayer.
Yeah, that'd be fine. And you know what? If anything, that would be even better because guess what? Then you gotta see your friends. You have to touch some grass. You gotta go to your buddy's house to play video games together.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be good. That would probably be much better for society than the current state that we're in.
Yeah.
That would be fine. But yeah. So who do we think would win in a fight between Kit Fisto and Darth Maul?
Darth Maul.
You think Darth Maul?
Yeah.
What?
Kit Fisto?
Dude, but what if this fight goes underwater? Then Kit Fisto has him, dude. It's over.
Won't.
It's over. But
It
could.
won't.
What if it did? What if there's
I
like
don't know. I
a
didn't know
body
we were-
of water nearby, and he somehow lures him in?
Oh,
those
like the
tentacles,
aliens in the movie Signs, where they just go to the water planet.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I haven't seen Darth Maul swim, so I don't.
Yeah, I've seen
Maybe
Kit
he
Fisto
can.
swim in
Maybe
the
he's a
Clone
really
Wars.
good swimmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the animated Clone Wars shit?
No.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta watch that. See, that'll tell you all sorts of like lore and stuff.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I mean, nobody does.
Yeah.
Nobody does. Yeah, a bunch of crap. Star Wars. Ay. But yeah, no, yeah, it makes for an exciting segment on the
That
show.
was fun.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun. Congratulations, Tim.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
4 out of 6. Hell yeah. So, I was gonna do a news of the week segment. Do you have any news of the week?
Got a couple good trailers out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I guess I just jump into trailers. I didn't really have any much for like entertainment.
movie
big
news,
this week.
nothing really.
Sure, I
dropped.
missed something, but nothing, mainstream enough for me to catch up on.
Yeah.
So, previews.
Yes. So the first big one that came out was Predator Badlands.
Yes, and people are mad about it.
Over the haircut
Yeah.
of the young predator,
And
the
general
child
build
predator.
The child predator. Yes.
Predator.
Yes, he is a child predator. Yeah, fantastic haircut for a child predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally they sort of lose it on top and the sides stick around, but
Right.
that's the other way
Right.
around. Yeah.
Well,
The reverse skullet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I see people are super mad about the haircut and the general look, and like I kind of get it to a point, with the exception that it is like a juvenile like predator thing,
Right.
supposedly,
Right.
So maybe the crown features on the head are not like
They
fully
kick in,
formed or
yeah.
whatever. I don't really like. I do get that it just really doesn't make any sense to the biology of the previous creatures, because these things they're not fucking hair.
Right.
Like they're tentacles. They're
tentacles.
not
Yeah.
hair. They don't like you can't
style
you
it.
can't style them, right? So
Yeah.
that's kind of silly. I do think that this kind of does almost give
Killmonger.
it looks like
haircut, yeah.
Killmonger with like
Yeah.
an alien mask on,
Yeah.
So I don't know. The rest of that movie
dude,
looks
yeah.
really good.
Sign me
really good.
up.
Yes,
I will.
I'm
My ass is going to be in that seat.
Absolutely.
Showing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything else but the facial appearance of this predator is fine. Everything else looks good.
Yeah. Again, Dan Trachtenberg directing. He directed the movie Prey, which I thought crushed.
Hell yeah.
I loved it.
Hell yeah, dude. Prey was great.
Yeah.
And that had a funky looking predator in it too.
Exactly, right. Because
But that predator actually looked menacing.
Yeah.
This one looks like...
Again, we just saw one shot of this one.
Yeah.
So it could be a Sonic situation where they have time to
Dude,
go in.
internet,
and,
do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Yeah,
Fix
bully-
this fucking movie before I have
Bully
to
the
watch this.
filmmakers into changing the design. No. Orangutans get their flanges at some point. No one knows why.
Yeah.
Male orangutans get their flanges, but yeah. It's very, very likely that they could just have one shot of this and then completely change it. But either way, yeah, sign me up. The planet looks sick.
Planet looks sick.
Yeah.
The like what are they, like cyborg or augmented
Monster
girl or whatever
things.
that's like with him.
Oh yeah,
That looks
Yeah.
cool. The monster things look awesome.
Yep.
You
got Groot.
unlike Florence Pugh, there actually seems to be like some weight to these things bouncing around, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty. I'm excited for Predator Badlands. I'm
Yeah.
not mad enough about the weird looking facial structure thing. To,
I don't care.
not buy a ticket. I'm still gonna go see this thing.
I enjoyed the last one so much that I'm like, yeah,
Exactly.
I gotta be down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, internet, do your thing. Bully him into fixing it. But even if not, I will still go
I'll
watch
be
this
there.
movie.
I'll be there.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
you know what? Because we're good fans.
Yeah.
Because we're good fans. Because we support the theater, right? Yeah. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Support your local theater.
Yeah. The Smashing Machine.
Yes.
Saw a trailer
This
for
looks
that.
Great.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's funny that they make The Rock like almost
Act.
like they make him act, but they make him look so different.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
So they kind of have to make him look so different because he's
The
he's
Rock?
like 52. Playing a guy who's like 20 years younger than him at least.
Yeah.
So yeah. You got to do some facial work to him. Would it have worked well with another actor in the role? I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But the preview really showed me, the trailer, really showed that Dwayne Johnson's actually going to try in this. I didn't see him wearing any khaki colored button down
Right.
shirt with rolled up sleeves. So
And the Safdie brothers are always creative.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure this will be something cool and interesting to watch. Something I'm sure some in the vein of an Uncut Gems or, you know, of that. So yeah, that looks, I'm sure I'm going to go see it.
Yeah.
I want to hopefully see a different cut of a trailer that maybe gets me more compelled into like the story that's happening here, you know. I'll
save that for the movie.
Yeah,
I'll save it.
You know,
I don't need to see any more. I'm going.
I don't know. It didn't really get me interested in like the story that I'm going to see on screen. It more got me interested in like, oh, you made The Rock look all goofy. Let's take a look, you know. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
What was this other weird thing that you saw a trailer for?
The War of the Roses.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch and I think her name is Olivia Williams. They're like a feuding couple.
Okay. So is this
one's
like
an
a
architect,
drama thing?
the other one's a chef. Yeah, it's a drama, but it looks trash, dude.
Modern times, past times.
Modern times. Just couple being real snarky to each other and doesn't look enjoyable.
Is this like a drama or like a comedy romance thing or like what is it?
Like a drama comedy romance
thing?
Yeah,
God.
Just looks like an artist's circle jerk.
Oh, that's
like
fantastic.
A writer is like, oh, how do I write a compelling person? Well, I'm going to make them a writer. You know, like Stephen King in a lot of his books makes the main character like some unrealistic job. You know, it's like, oh, of course they're a writer.
Sure.
Can you write any other characters? No. You know, so yeah, this trailer just made me angry watching it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe we start getting some new trailers soon because I feel like I'm getting into the point where I just see the same shit over and over and over.
Well, the Surfer is finally out, so they could stop playing that.
And Thunderbolts. I won't see 2 Thunderbolts trailers before every single movie I've seen.
Two different cuts.
Yeah.
Before one movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. So I'm glad to see that that's going to be over with. That'll be good. That'll be good. So want to move into what we did this week?
Yeah. How was your week?
Well, so we'll get into like I saw a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about, and then we'll get into kind of the events and all that sort of stuff because it was a big week. It was a very big week for me.
Yeah.
So first off, I saw a conclave right at the beginning of the week about choosing a new pope. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Timely with what's all going on here, especially with that one disgraced pope like having to step down. Saw this thing I think yesterday. I don't even remember the name. If you look it up in the news, one of these popes had to step down because he's like involved in some kind of like he was convicted of like financial crimes and
okay, so it had nothing to do with kids.
And, right. It's not quite like that. But
the ones who did stuff with kids, they're still in the running. Don't worry.
Right. But
sorry, Catholics.
Oh my God. But yeah, I saw Conclave and it was Catholic.
Yeah,
very Catholic. No, I mean it was fine until like I feel like I got to the very end and I was like, wait, like that was it? Like that's gonna be like your final conflict thing here? Really? Okay. Well, whatever you say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Conclave, was fine. It is free on Prime, and if you are probably Catholic, I would probably recommend that. If you're not, you might not get it. I don't know. It was fine. A cooler thing that I watched again, I've seen this a couple of times now because it came out several years ago, is Sour Grapes. Have you ever seen Sour Grapes?
Haven't seen it.
So it's the documentary about Rudy Kurniawan, who basically they haven't quite figured out, at least at the time that they've filmed this documentary, how he got all these millions of dollars. But he basically comes into like the fine wine scene and like resets the market. Like he's going to all these auctions, buying all this wine, paying all this money, right? Well, then he starts like selling fake wines and all this.
Okay.
And, like there are still like people like supposedly selling his fake wines like to this day and all this. It's like it's a whole thing, right? But yeah, it's pretty short. Really recommend if you are into wine. Watch Sour Grapes, really cool. Or if you're into like just like financial fraud stuff, like very cool. Rudy Kurniawan is a hell of a character. It is loosely implied that he may have gotten this money from like the largest bank heist in the history of I think India.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. I can't remember exactly which country it was, but it was in Southeast Asia. it's really cool. Sour grapes, free on Amazon.
Do you have
Prime.
a recommended wine pairing for this?
I don't drink wine.
Yeah, neither
So
do I.
I just like financial crimes. It's,
What's your favorite financial crime to commit?
Dude,
Talk right into the mic right here.
Yeah, right.
There's all the IRS auditors, they all got laid off. They can't catch us.
Yeah. No,
External
they're in
auditors.
well, it seems like the current policy is smashing grapes with a sledgehammer, and they just audit really poor folks. But
yeah,
I don't know. There is that, right? So yeah, sour grapes, definitely recommend that one. Free on Amazon Prime. Check that out. And then last night I watched the Chronicle Director's Cut, which I've seen Chronicle like a million times. I own the DVD, like I own digital copies of Chronicle. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's great.
Saw it in the theater when it came out. Like, love Chronicle. And so I watched the Director's Cut, which is currently free on currently free on Prime. Very cool, very cool, different. Like, so unlike most directors, it's not like significantly longer. Like, it's just kind of
different
replaced
cuts.
Different scenes and different cuts, right? So it gives you different kind of scope
vibe
of things, in some parts, and really good. Also free on Prime. Nice. Definitely recommend that. If you like Chronicle.
If you haven't seen Chronicle, check it out. Whether you're into horror, thriller, action, comedy, drama, whatever it is, you're gonna love it.
If you haven't seen Chronicle, it is stars Dane DeHaan, Michael B. Jordan, and another fellow who I can never
the
remember
one guy
his
who
name.
didn't take off from this movie.
right and basically it's all found footage. It's so cool. It's so good. It's like kind of a superpower movie-ish sort of
telekinesis.
But
three teens get telekinesis.
Three teens get telekinesis. One of them is fucked up, and here's a character study about the fucked up one. And it's really so good. Really good.
It's so good.
Oh man, definitely recommend Chronicle. Haven't seen that, check it out for sure. We got a new mic for the podcast, so that's cool. This is a HyperX Quadcast S
sibilance.
So this is kind of cool. Hopefully this sounds better to you folks. Very excited to have a mic and get to little play around with something new here.
Right,
it's kind of cool, and it gives a little light show. Love it. That is happening. We've got a new computer coming
on the
soon.
way.
Custom built PC, courtesy of We Are Computers in Ottawa. I will link them in the comments, or sorry, in the
description.
Description. That thing.
And comments. We'll comment.
So like that.
We need some comments. Come on.
They are located on the south side of Ottawa, Illinois. Small shop. Met the owner. He is building this custom PC for me, and very excited to do that because we're going to be going from a Lenovo IdeaPad with an i3 to this custom built tower with an i9. So should be pretty cool. Should allow us to do a whole lot of more stuff and learn some more stuff, and that'll be great. So very excited. Very excited. I got a couple more cool things until I get to the shitty part of my week. I read some cool stuff this week. I finally got a physical copy of my favorite web series graphic novel, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. If you haven't read it, maybe check it out online before you spend physical money on it, right? It is it's almost like What If Dexter, but like the Berenstain Bears sort of aesthetic.
Okay.
And it's in like an anthropomorphic world. The main character is a bear that runs like a local hardware shop and is like a pillar of her community, and also goes, and kills people every once in a while.
I mean, bears do that.
And then but it is kind of, like I said, like almost like a Berenstain Bears Wind in the Willows sort of art style.
Cool.
And then the next page is going to be some horrifying things. So but I've read it a few times and it's so good, dude. It's so good. That one I will also link that in the description. Very, very cool. It's on Amazon. That's where I got my physical copy. but if it's at a bookstore near you, do that because support your local bookstores.
Yep.
And I also read What is Water, which is David Foster Wallace speech. It's his 2005 Kenyon University commencement address. So my boss is I am a big David Foster Wallace fan.
Yeah.
Turns out my boss is also a David Foster Wallace fan.
Nice.
So we exchanged our favorite David Foster Wallace works, right?
Yeah.
And what is Water is really cool. You can get it free on the internet. It basically describes, that you can control how you feel or think about things throughout your day or your life, right? And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good reminder if you are like really stressed out or really like going through, some stuff to read that one. My personal favorite David Foster Wallace is Good Old Neon. I'm a huge fan of that. That one kind of goes over imposter syndrome and mental health and all that. And that one he kind of wrote just before he passed. So definitely recommend that as well. That one a little bit more bleak than What is Water, but that one is definitely my favorite. I really enjoy it. So that's a fantastically dim lead into the bad news of the week. So I may or may not have tore all the collateral tendons or ligaments in the inside of my knee. Sorry to any med students out there because I'm probably describing this all wrong. But to be fair,
you were screaming.
I was screaming in agony. It was pretty awful. Yeah, it was pretty awful. Non-contact injury. Literally just like moving my dog around throughout the house. I have a herding dog who requires some herding himself sometimes, and just kind of stepped wrong, and my knee went sideways, and my leg went the other way, and it was all bad.
Yeah,
it's all bad. So I'm like on crutches and like immobile for a while, and I'm gonna go see a specialist next week. And so that might cause some issues down the road as far as seeing movies and things. But you know what? I will address that and figure it out, and we will find a way. I will find a way to keep bringing you guys the content on the regular basis like we have been. So it sucks. It's very painful. It was the most painful injury of my life, and I've like broken bones and had spinal surgery and like. I've had some stuff, man. I've crashed some motorcycles and all that. Dude, this was the worst. Like, I'm sure they're going to find some stuff when they get in there and looking at the inside of this knee. But, it was awful. As I was telling you, I was literally, like, thought that my leg had, left my body. It was awful. Yeah. So, hopefully that doesn't, hurt the frequency of my posting, right? I'm going to try to, the worst case scenario will be like, okay, well, I find a way to stream shit from home and, I'll still be getting content out there. Okay. So hopefully, still getting regular stuff out there. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. It'll be fine.
There's tons of available
maybe you guys will
content.
get some like, Amazon Prime stuff that I can rent or stream or whatever. Or, maybe I'll, sail the 7 seas on the internet. We'll find a way, man.
I'll teach you how.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah. But if you guys want to, of course, send donations for a new leg, that's also totally acceptable. Yeah.
We'll accept, transplants, any sort of transplants.
If anybody is working on like a Iron Man prototype, leg, like that's
Oscar
fine.
Pistorius, Blade Runner, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I've always wanted to be a cyborg.
Could be a couple inches taller too.
Hell yeah, man! Hell yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Or swing down to like Mexico, get a cheap surgery.
Yeah, with like donkey fucking ligaments. I don't know, man.
What's wrong with that? You see a donkey go uphill? Picture that.
Yeah, but like
you could hike a mountain in like an hour.
On one leg. What about the other one?
Who cares about the other one?
You have to have them do both.
You don't need the other one.
Oh my god.
Pongo, stick your way up there.
Oh jeez.
Your donkey tendons.
Oh, maybe I could. I could. Hell yeah. Well, if anybody has a good Mexican donkey ligament specialist, just feel free to send them my way. But so that was my week that, was 95% fantastic and 5% end of the world. Yeah. So how about you, Tim? How was your week?
I just worked.
That was it.
Just work. We went go-karting last weekend.
We did
for my birthday.
And I got a trophy.
A trophy. I got a silver one that I forgot to bring.
I forgot to
It's
remind
like
him.
that,
That was my bad.
silver.
But yeah, I got a bronze trophy.
Yeah.
Good for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we all had fun.
That was my first time there, so
Yeah,
I feel pretty good about
You
that.
killed it.
Tim and I were what was it? 15 100ths of a second apart.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was very close.
Yeah, we were.
So
Photo
embarrassingly close. That's why I took out his knee.
Literally, like they must have paid my dog to sabotage me, so we couldn't have a rematch.
Paid him with treats.
I'm very disappointed that this is going to delay the rematch because I was looking forward to that maybe in a couple of weeks.
I need to get good. So,
yeah, I guess he's got to get good, and I'm going to have to get extra rusty as I I don't know, man. I'll see if maybe they'll let me use like a high-powered wheelchair to do this.
Just strap an oxygen tank to the back.
You guys have a way where I could use like a hand accelerator instead of my leg or what? I don't know. I figured that out because I am cryptastic right now. it is pretty rough bouncing around in these crutches, but I don't know. And of course, medical care in the United States is incredibly expensive, and I don't make a lot of money, and so we'll have to figure that part out. But it'll be fine.
Yeah,
it'll be fine. But
it'll grow back.
It'll grow back.
It'll grow back.
I'm just gonna chop this motherfucker off at this point.
That's
more problems than it's worth, right?
Exactly.
But what was our movie for next week?
So next week we have Clown in a Cornfield and Friendship.
Okay, yeah. So Friendship, kind of, sort of excited for that. That might be kind of interesting.
Tim Robinson, Paul Rudd.
Yeah. But Clown in the Cornfield, I'm not excited for.
You're not excited to see Friendo the Clown?
None of that sounds all that interesting to me, honestly. Yeah. I don't think that is gonna do it for me to convince me.
I don't think you're alone.
I don't think I'm crutching my ass into that theater to see Clown in a Cornfield.
Yeah. I think people will be crutching their ass in the theater to go see Thunderbolts or Sinners again or Minecraft. I think those three are going to continue to steamroll the box office until we get to the end of the month.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Hopefully, there's a Friendship screening near me. I mean, that's kind of probably going to be a slightly smaller release too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's A24.
This might get complicated this weekend. Yeah. I don't know. It might depend on my ambulatory
I'll FaceTime
status.
I'll FaceTime you from inside the theater.
Right. Man, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to phone a friend and figure that one out. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that'll be next week. A bunch of nothing. Maybe we'll do a special episode again. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I like special episodes.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll think of something creative.
It'll be fun.
Surprise Tim again. It'll be fine.
We'll make another Star Wars.
We'll do another Star Wars episode.
Podcast.
Oh, I got this in the frame. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
We're not re-recording this.
No, it'll be fine. We'll leave it in. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But so better luck next week. The movies are gonna suck.
Yeah.
But let us
hopefully the injuries stay to zero next week.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a fun episode next week. We'll have to see what the screenings are. We'll try to get some Just the Tips out there.
Yeah.
But, who knows? Maybe I'll do a fun episode. That might be cool. It was something to talk about. Yeah.
A little bit of a pick-me-up.
Yeah, exactly.
For a slow week.
Hell yeah. Sounds like a plan. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun episode. Yep. On the new computer, so that'll be awesome.
That's where we're going to spend our time.
Hell yeah.
Setting up a new computer. And
yes. Yeah. I want to maybe film a welcome intro for that new computer. Little
we'll do just the
introduction
tip of
video.
The custom build.
Absolutely. So it's gonna be a pretty cool machine. Pretty excited to see it. Mm-hmm. And even though I'm wildly underqualified to really be playing around with this machine, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
It's
learn
yours
as we go. Yeah. Exactly. So but I think that about wraps it up for me on episode 8.
Yeah, I'm all set. How about you guys? What you think?
Yeah, what do you think? Let us know in the comments what you thought about this episode. Do you like Star Wars? Do you also not really like Star Wars? Like,
you excited for Fantastic Four or Avengers?
Yeah, what do you think about that? Absolutely.
You going surfing anytime soon?
Are you Australian? Let us know. But so thank you for staying. If you made it this long, enjoy the outro, and we'll see you next week. You guys take care. Bye.